Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Somebody asked me on the page the other day what my definition of success was, because I said, if ask me anything or whatever, right? And I said that, really I base my level of success on how many people that I impact in a positive way, right? May never be a gazillionaire, but I'm not going to have a bunch of bodies I stepped over to get where I want to go. Rather, I want to bring a bunch of people along, because it's lonely at the top if you get there by yourself. And I know you're the same way. You're always like behind the scenes. It's funny. I've called you before and said, "Hey, I'm talking to, I don't know, I'm talking to Victor about coaching. I think he might join up." You go, "Yeah, I've been talking with him every week for the last 3 months." Like, oh, okay. So I know behind the scenes, you do a lot that people don't see. So what is it that motivates you to do that?
Like I said, I just enjoy helping people.
Yeah.
That's one of those things. I kind of, my word for this year is, ripple. I come up with, be a ripple. So he's like, no, Wendy stole that from me. Where are you talking about? She was eavesdropping on our conversation the other day. You throw that pebble out there in a still calm pond, and that ripple is going to go all the way from one end to the other.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
multiple. It's not just going to be one little wave. It's going to be just wave after wave after wave. And it doesn't have to be a big rock. It can be a small one. But you never know. Like I said, sometimes you never know what kind of impact you make on people's lives. I know even just a couple of years ago when I was doing the workout, first started losing the weight, and I was like posting the pic, and next thing I know, I've got people sending me stuff. It's even like the funny foot pics I do at the beach. I get a messenger, people would send me a text or instant messenger, I'll get a DM and it'll be a picture of somebody with their feet, and it's like, is this how it's done? They have never commented the first time or even liked a page on mine, but they always send it to me.
It's funny. Yeah, you make a good point. You never know who's watching. I've learned that with my daily live that, people will, I've never seen him comment, never see him on a call. But then I'll get a message. "Hey, I really like what you're doing. I love your calls. I watch them all the time." I'm like, you never comment. So there are people out there that are watching you, and you're impacting them. So for you guys that are considering kind of, letting go of the deep end, the pool wall, going in and swimming in the deep end, or doing something you're uncomfortable with, I would say take note of what Bubba's doing. What he has done is, frankly, he just doesn't care. You know what I mean? He doesn't care what people think. He's going to do his thing. He said, you have to be careful when you're around him, because he'll play a practical joke on you. And I've been the victim of that more than once. But what I do know about you is that you care deeply about people, and you pick them up in your own way, and you do it in a way that isn't flashy, and people don't need to see, and you truly don't care if anybody sees that. It's just that you made that impact. You know that. I know you sleep really well that way. Am I right?
Oh yeah. I mean, like I said, it's one of those things, even like in my business, when somebody gets terminated or gone, they'll never walk out saying that Bubba screwed me over. I always pay them more than I owed them, along with extra money and a severance. I give them, not only not only are they getting their final check, but they get extra. I'll give them some, tell them, here, pay an extra week, even go find you another job now, because they're not going to turn back around and say, they were cheated by me.
Yeah, no. Well, that's good stuff, man. And I think that you do it the right way. What's in store for Bubba in 2026? Business, personal, all of it.
Well, I think I'm gonna jump a little bit more into started doing the old coaching here and there. So I think I'm gonna look into doing a little more of that. Maybe open up. I've got two little small groups that I'm doing, kind of not so much maybe a mastermind or just small group type coaching things, helping some guys and contractors, and with their, whether it be with their just sales things or different things of the business, how to get the business going. It's one of those things. I think Ed Milet says, who's more qualified to do something that somebody's been in the shoes that you're in. So I've been down the road. I've been flat broke. I've done pretty well here and there, and I've got a couple of different businesses that are doing well. So if I can help somebody just doing that, share that, do the sales coaching. We do the Rosenberg groups. We're in Texas a good bit.
Yeah.
Right now I've got one cruise booked, and I'm looking at maybe another cruise in the summer, maybe a vacation in the summer. I hadn't really solidified that yet. And of course you got the big event going on here, probably November 1st, December. I hadn't got the dates locked in, but the Bubba show. So it's going to be a good one.